Hey guys, just going to do a quick little walkthrough of our new Regent Observer twin bunk off-road. We've had a few questions on our Instagram page just asking a few details about the caravan, so I thought I would do a quick little video to show you around. It's a 20-foot dual bunk caravan. It's twin axle, as you can see. We've gone the Simplicity load sharing coil suspension. We read a lot of good things about this suspension. It wasn't our first choice, but I think we're happy that we went down that road in the end. Get underneath here. The suspension. You can do a quick Google about the suspension. It's known to be very good. Got 4 shocks, 4 coils, a load sharing arm up the top, up here that you can see, and then we've got a leading arm and a trailing arm, and then each arm obviously has its own shock and coil. Quite solid, quite a bit of flex as well for off-road, which we were quite excited about. We did go through a couple of different options, including all the regular brand names that you see on the caravans, but like I said, I think we're quite glad that we went down this route, and we're pretty excited to see how she goes when we do take her off-road and how it handles the corrugations. Simplicity speak very highly of the suspension, so yeah, we do look forward to using it and updating you with some info on that side of things. Looking at the chassis, we did upgrade the chassis. We've gone to a 6-inch main frame and A-frame. We also did a 2-inch riser. So you'll see here we've got the 2-inch riser and the 6-inch chassis. Sitting on top of the Simplicity suspension. It did add a little bit of height. We will be going up in tyre size shortly and wheel size, just to gain a bit of extra room underneath. It's not too bad as it is, but we would like a little bit more. It is a little bit nose up at the moment on the car, so we're playing around with toe ball height, and obviously that larger tyre size is going to bring the caravan up a little bit and even it up as well. On the front, we've got the DO35 hitch. Obviously it's all locked up at the moment. The DO35 is really good, pretty well known, and probably, you know, the first choice for anything off-road. Up front we've obviously got our charging cable for the fridge. We've got a Dometic 2-way fridge inside, and also the 12-pin trailer plug. We're actually going to have a few accessories powered in through this plug, some reverse lights and so forth, but that's still a week or 2 away. On the drawbar, as I said, we've got a 6-inch upgraded chassis and A-frame. We've got a 450mm extension on the drawbar. We do plan to have a box just here in a black checker plate. There's the box that we're looking at putting here has dual slides on each side, so we'll have the inverter on this side, the generator on this side on a slide, and the Weber can go on this side on a slide as well, and the top of the box also lifts up. So that box looks really good. It's a little on the expensive side for what it is, but I think it'll be the best option for storage and for the barbecue, etc. We've also got the twin gas bottles. We're going to toy around with gas size. The gas is obviously only for the hot water. Our fridge is a 2-way, so it doesn't run on gas. So we're going to muck around with, once we're fully loaded and done a few trips, we're going to muck around with our ball weight. As it is at the moment, unpacked, the ball weight is at around about 230 kilos. But obviously we can muck around with how we're packing the caravan to add or subtract any weight off that ball to make it nice and even. As I said before, the caravan model is the Regent Observer family. This particular one's got 2 bunks. You do have the option to have 3 bunks in the build as well. The layout of this caravan and the size is what probably attracted us to this caravan for the most part. It's not going to be too strenuous for our car to tow around, and inside is quite spacious and still with a lot of room. I'll show you inside shortly. We'll go around the outside of the caravan in a second. I'll just show you some of the features on the outside. On the outside here, we'll start at the front. We've got the water inlet. This is obviously a one-way pressure regulator valve, allowing the water to come in but not backflow out. Once connected onto mains at a caravan park or anywhere else that you've got access to mains, this doesn't fill the tanks, but will supply the caravan with mains pressure water, and obviously the tap here will run off that as well. That is connected on the other side of the 12-volt water pump, so this tap does work obviously on house water in the tanks, and on mains pressure water as well. Each corner we've got the stabilizer arms. We carry a drill for these. Obviously it just fits over the hex, quite easy to come down and up, and put them in whatever position that you need. It's obviously not recommended to support the whole weight of the caravan on these. They're a stabilizer leg. So once you've got the caravan nice and even, you can put these down where you need to, whether you need to go on a plate or whatever you need to do, just to support the caravan and stop it moving around once you're in there. The step, we went for the manual step. Did have the option to go to an electronic step, because we do plan to do a lot of off-road driving, dirt roads. We did read a lot of people having troubles with the electronic steps, getting gunked up, and the electronic motion jamming up, so to speak, because of all the muck. So this one is quite simple, does what it needs to do. We'll see how we go once we've got the larger tyres on there and we do lift the caravan up a little bit. But for now I think that's everything you need at the step. On the outside we've added in the light handle, just for a bit of fun at night. The kids do love that handle. Our little girl and boy are always turning that on and off when they come in and out, so that's good fun for them. So we have the latch for the door. We do have a shelf, which is pretty standard in these caravans these days. Nice shelf. This one does have a LED light up the top. I'm not sure if you can see that. Quite easy to open up and put away, usually with 2 hands. It does latch in quite nicely as well. We've got a 12-volt socket. We've got our aerial plug for the TV. If you did have a smaller TV, 12-volt TV to sit out here, you can plug it in and watch it out here. And you've also got a 240 outlet there as well. We've got LED reflectors the whole way, which will operate with your indicators and brakes as well at night. Up here, we've got our outdoor LED light. Brightness isn't too bad for this one. We might look at upgrading that down the track. We'll see how that goes. On the front here we've got our toilet hatch, quite easy to pull out, clean, empty and click back in. On the side we've got the manual roll out awning, pretty general awning. It does come out onto a almost probably just over 45-degree angle, and then the legs do unattach off the bottom and come out. I think it's pretty much common knowledge that you'll need to tie down the awning if you do have it right out. We were told over and over again on pickup that the main insurance claim seems to be for awnings flipping over the top, so always be very careful with that and tie them down. It's highly recommended. Back we've got our rear bumper. This is all galv. This will be coming off shortly and getting all sprayed in Raptor liner. We'll have moving it in obviously a fair bit, and then we'll have a jerry can holder. And the spare tyre will also be, the spare tyre mount will also be done in Raptor liner as well, so that will all be black, which will probably look a lot better with the checker plate as well. The spare tyre, obviously that'll be getting upgraded very shortly as well. So we're going to be going a 285/70/17 all round, which like I said before is going to lift the caravan up a fair bit as well. Not a whole lot to show you. She's parked up at the moment, unfortunately, with everything that's going on in the world. But down this side we've got our 2 water fillers. We've got 2 90-litre water tanks, and then we've got a grey 90-litre water tank at the back. Both tanks can be filled just from the fillers here. We've got a vent, obviously, for the hot water system, which is actually under our bed, and then a vent down there a bit further for the fridge. We'll head inside now and I'll show you around. So the door does have two sections. It's got the little latch on the back here. The door does have the screen door, if I can do this one-handed, which is quite nice. We'll be looking at the vent down the bottom here, seeing if we've got any options for having that be to be able to be open and closed for when we are travelling on dusty roads, because it's quite a large vent. Obviously it needs to be there for any gas appliances in the caravan, but we would like to have the option to shut it up if we need to go down any dirt roads. Let's pop this back in here. Clicks in quite easily. It's nice to have the option of the screen door. It's a bit of security. It can be locked still, which is good. Let me turn this light on for you. We went with the J-Hub control unit for the BM Pro, so we did add that to our build. The J-Hub sort of gives us some more options. Obviously it's got some nice tank level readers. We've got some light switches, so obviously we've got outside, kitchen and over the bed as well. We can operate our water pumps. We've got a really good battery level indicator. So we've got two lithium batteries going into this caravan probably in the next couple of days. So this is obviously lithium compatible, and the BM Pro brains behind it all is the HA35, which is also a lithium compatible unit. A good thing about this was it had the option for Smart Connect, so we can add the tire pressure monitors and the gas bottle reader into this unit and keep an eye on that from this screen. We can also monitor any amps in and out, current voltage, where we're getting our input source from. So it's quite useful. It's got a lot of information for a relatively cheap unit. So moving into the rest of the van, just a quick show around. I'm probably not going to get into too much detail in here. It's pretty self-explanatory. We've obviously got a lot of storage overhead all the way around, large cupboard at the back, even more storage along the front and down the side. We went with the satin black cupboards. My partner and I felt they looked really nice, especially with the black tap fittings as well. We went with the darker colour floor, the wood style. Again, that was just something that we thought we'd like the look of at the time. It was quite nice, and sort of went well with the bench tops and everything as well. So we've got a lot of outlets around the place. This is probably where the TV will go very shortly. We've got the input to the house speakers as well up here through the stereo. So this plugs straight into the back of the stereo. We've got your 12-volt plug and your aerial plug as well. And just up on the roof here, we've got the manual aerial raise and wind as well, which is good. We've got a couple of lights obviously on here. We've got windows. We did add in this window into the... Over here we've got our two-way Dometic fridge. It's quite a good size for some good size trips. There's quite a bit of storage in this one. I think we'll find that quite useful on some of our trips. Up above, got some storage, and down below is a 12-volt pump and some plumbing as well. In the back we've got the kids' bunks. Already our little girl has done some decorating, as you can see, just to personalise the space a little bit, and I think that makes her feel a lot more comfortable. Got some beautiful, nice bamboo sleeping bags for the kids as well. There's actually a bit of storage under the beds, under these parts here, the full length of the bed as well. So probably look at getting some tubs that'll fit in there nicely, just for some stuff that we don't use as often. And obviously our little boy's bed up here with his dinosaurs as well, and again a nice soft sleeping blankets. In the back cupboards, got some more storage. Got access to the included washing machine as well. There's actually a little hatch just here that we can get through. In the bathroom, we've got a pretty standard toilet. It does move as well. One thing we did like about this caravan was the legroom that it had. We saw a lot of caravans that were very, very cramped, being the door was sort of just here, and you would have to actually sit on the toilet itself sideways. Sitting in the caravans, the display caravans, they just didn't feel that nice with a lot of other brands. So when we saw the extra room that this one had, despite its size, you know, that sort of was one of the good points that we found as well. More storage, obviously. Bench tops come through into the bathroom. Storage at the top. We've got a fairly large mirror and our shower as well. Lighting and fan, quite large and deep as well. There is a door here. You can see the lock, foot activated. We've also got a concertina door here as well, just a section off the kids if we're making a bit of noise at night time after their bedtime. They tend to not be too bothered by that, but it is just a bit of privacy as well. On the bench tops over here, we've gone the black sink and the black taps. We were a big fan of the look, especially with the darker cupboards as well, and I think they sort of tie in quite nicely. The microwave, a lot more storage up here as well. We're still sort of fine-tuning how we're going to store everything up here. Lots of keys, obviously, stereo. Here we did have the option of running an oven. I don't know if it's something we'll regret or not, but I think we've made the right decision in keeping some extra storage under here rather than going the oven. We use our Weber a lot. And the Weber will obviously be stored on the outside of the caravan, in a storage box or in the tunnel. So I don't think we're going to need the oven, but there is the option to have an oven as well, obviously. Don't mind all the games that we've got stored up here. We do have the stove top. So there is an electric and 3 gas. Lots more storage, obviously. There is a pantry here as well, and then some under-sink storage as well. Do have some more drawers, quite deep ones underneath the seating. There is a fair bit of room under the seats if you do remove the cushions for more permanent storage, I guess, as well. And then again under the bed as well, there's more cupboards. All the batteries and electrics are just under the bed here. There is a hot water over here as well, and the front tunnel obviously comes through the front here. The seating was another thing that attracted us to this size van and this particular van in this size. Being the lounge, it's a lot more seating than a lot of other caravans, even bigger caravans that we looked at. So we're going to be quite happy with this as well. Obviously the table turns, so you can change the configuration slightly as well to suit. Up above we do have skylight, it does pop open, and the aircon as well, heater aircon that does run off the Honda generator, the 2200. Heater seems to work really well. Haven't really put the aircon to use yet, so I will let you know about that if there's any problems or anything like that, or what I think of that, but I can't find any complaints so far on this particular model as well. That'll probably do for now, I guess. If you have any questions, we'd love to answer your questions. Shoot them through. Overall, we're really happy with the caravan build. We're really hanging to go away, obviously. Hopefully everything opens up sooner than later. Yeah, we'll enjoy seeing your questions, and like I said, we'll be happy to answer them. All right, cool. Thank you, guys.